Hello and welcome to my channel. This is another STO video.
Intelligence has decoded the list of Riemann targets that you recovered from the vault. I want you to infiltrate one of these targets and determine why Obisek would attack it. The Vahar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The big-eared little money grubbers have reopened their mines and are now doing business with anyone with latinum. You will go to the Vahar system under the pretense of negotiating a trade deal for the Empire. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Obisek and the Riemans are targeting these mines, then we will know how to proceed.
Accept. Okay, so as I was about to say, this is the episode, Mine Enemy, the second one in the Romulan Mystery Arc. Let's get going. Also, I've changed my ship. What I'm going to try to do is use a different ship each mission arc. So once for the rest of the mystery, Romulan mystery, I'll be using this ship. Then after this mission, I'll use another ship, and I'll just go through them all just to see how they all kind of function with space battles and stuff. So this one actually comes with hangar pets. Okay, Captain, the Riemans were targeting a magnesite mine in this area, but the list we recovered didn't have the exact coordinates. I know we're in the right area, but all of the moons in the system are inhabited and our sensors are being affected by the magnesite. We will need to contact each moon to try to determine which one the Riemans were actually targeting. So we'll just head in this direction towards this moon. See now, that is a huge ship compared to the small bug ship. I won't bother reading these because they do pop up a little too fast sometimes. So.
Warning, ship is under attack. 4 shields failing.
Whoa. That's a lot of damage for
Hull integrity below 75%.
very slow turn speed. Whoa. Extremely slow turn speed. I'm gonna have to find a warp core or no, I think it's impulse. Yeah, impulse engines that increase turn speed and also a console that does the same thing. So let's go. And the reason I fly around at full speed is because if I keep turning like this, each shield takes some damage while the others recuperate. And also, when I have the pilot skill maxed out, the specialization maxed out, I will be able to put extra damage into my weapons. Okay, I did not realize this just had an extra little component to it. So I lost those hangar pet. Okay, these corvettes should not be this powerful. They should be able to take on a the ship by itself, let alone with hangar pets. Just lost another hangar pet. Then I've also got the backup. Call in the reinforcements. Boy, how the heck up there?
Right shield's failing.
Why isn't this going?
4 shields failing.
gonna have to R&D my weapons and get them right up there because they're not doing a lot of damage.
Shields have failed.
The Orion Corvette is a small vessel that shouldn't be able to take this much punishment. And also, I have no idea why it can't release more than 2 hangar pits at a time. Or maybe it's because I released the heavy deployment vessel. Oh, I'm too far away.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, it's not taking much damage. So there's a whole volley of torpedoes and got 3 damage to the hull. Even 3 shields, that should have done a bit of something. Okay. That took a hell of a lot more of a beating than I anticipated. Okay, let's go to the next moon. Pretty sure the next one just tells you to go away, but it's been a while, so who knows. Oh, that's the grinding against the atmosphere, that is, so if you're wondering what that sound is. So what I'm going to try to do from now on is get 1 video out a day, even if I have to record a whole heap in one day and just release one per day over a week or something, because I am erratic in my posts. There we go, just go away pretty much is all they say. These people are rude and insolent. This is a ship of the Klingon Empire. They should speak to us with respect. Again, I think there should be slightly changed for the jem'hadar because they're allies with the Empire, but they're still Dominion. They wouldn't. The Dominion would not work under the Klingons; they'd work with the Klingons. So that should really be changed a little bit. Again, I'd assume that taking the time to rewrite everything would just take a long time. I'm not a game editor or anything like that, but it just makes sense that it should be changed. The wording should be slightly different. And again, I always scan these because if you do a little bit of R&D, you're going to have to use a lot of resources to do it. So you need to collect every little thing. Okay, now we've got the land-based portion of this mission coming up. Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite. We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amount of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know the Klingons are fond of their battle parties. See, again, jem'hadar don't party, they don't drink, they don't eat. But could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people aren't used to strangers and you wouldn't want to disrupt the work, would you? Yeah, see, they need to change it just ever so slightly for the jem'hadar players. I'm not sure if the Romulans would have the same problem, or would say Klingon Empire, because the Romulans, again, they wouldn't be so subservitude to the Klingons. This doesn't really make sense. Okay, so there's an eye around there, it is. Did you need something? What are you doing here? It's a long story. After the destruction of Romulus, I joined a group of colonists looking for a new place to settle. We chose to form a new Aragarian community on Venarik, a praetorial world on the edge of Romulan space. Our colony was attacked and destroyed. I managed to evade the attackers and get off-world with a small group of people. My luck ran out here, and I've been stuck ever since. So that's part of the Romulan story arc. So at the beginning of the story arc, before they get into the rest of the episodes, so the first lot faction-based, and this is all cross-faction all the way through. So that actually, if you want to know what this backstory is of that, you got to play a Romulan character. I won't go into all this because there are like a couple of these little information people. Eventually you will have to talk to some of them to finish missions, but for now I don't want to make the videos too long, so I'll just get through this as fast as possible. You can see a little circle, that's where you have to go. So it's right up there. On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Kefla. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So why don't you skip the chit-chat and get down to business? See, again, the jem'hadar would get down to business, they wouldn't chit-chat and they don't drink. Of course, I've heard you are an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in this sector? Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products to their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services on both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in this sector to the miners, while the customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need. Do you have any more information about the mines themselves? I don't pay attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're interested, you can visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business, and I'm convinced that breathing in dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up all night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. I assure you wouldn't rather look at the ore than I have for sale. Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first. Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to the export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of the deal, you'll regret it. I have a few questions before we conduct business. I'll pay back when I'm done. Mardrin won't answer any questions about why the Remans might be targeting this place for fear of scaring us away from a possible sale. Perhaps if we ask some of the locals about what's going on here, they'll be able to provide more information. And again, you can see the little circle up there where we have to get to. Refugee, where's... Oh, that is their mine? I can't talk to you, I can't talk to anyone. I'm on the run, and if those thugs see me talking to you, then you'll be in danger too. Tactical. Is there anything I can do to help? I need someone who's not afraid of a fight. There's a group here that are beating and stealing from us. Madrid doesn't do anything to stop it. For all I know, he's getting a cut of everything they take. They're making life miserable for all of us. Would you be willing to help? Count me in. There is a group of bullies that have been stealing from us. We don't give them what they want, they beat us. I had a friend, all he was trying to do here was feed his family, be a good man. He had an old bottle of ale. He said it was from the homeworld. One of those thugs wanted it. Now my friend is dead. I'm too weak to stop them. I know that. Now I have my friend's children feed in addition to my own. But if someone were to teach them a lesson, this camp would be a better place for us all. Okay, so to talk to the miners, you've actually got to help them, and then I'll give you information. My crewmate, he's just sitting. Oh, now he fires. Why the hell was he just standing back there doing nothing?
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
Again, he's doing nothing. Go to attack.
Personal shield losing power.
What the hell is he doing? Yeah, this fight would go a lot quicker if my teammate continued to fire until he's standing there. He has a weapon because he was firing it, but for some reason he's not using it. Oh my god, there are 3 groups. I think this is the first group that got me. Firing this time. I'm not sure what that rumbling sound is. I don't remember this planet being tectonically active. Could be the mining, but I don't remember. Awesome. And one more. not a mission I want to do over and over again. For some reason the fighting is extremely hard. What the hell was that? I just got shot in the back, didn't I? Okay. Thank you, those guys have been giving everyone a lot of trouble. These thugs are part of a larger group that operate deep inside the magnesite mine. They control the lower levels and no one who goes down there uninvited ever comes back. I don't know what's so important down there that is worth hurting us to protect it. Maybe if you went down there you could get some answers. I swear someone's firing. You want to go into the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite, or are you here just to cause trouble? Because if it's the latter, I know some place you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information, but lately they've been more trouble than they're worth, and the intel they've been feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the Breen invasion of the Far East space? Okay, that's another story line. I'll take the information to heart. Okay, there's a lot more ground fighting, so this video might take a while because my partner doesn't seem to be fighting alongside me. He seems to be standing back and watching. So it might take a while to knock these guys down. What do you want? I'd like to enter this area. This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter, and I don't like you. Maybe if you got to know me a little better, you'll learn to like me. You don't belong here, and I'm done talking with you. Leave now or suffer the consequences. It's been a pleasure wasting my time with you. So I can assume that we just bypassed all the other layers and came down to the bottom floor of the mine, because I think there's only one layer here. Yeah, this is going to take a while. For some reason I'm taking a lot more damage. Oh, that's right, now I remember. I'm an idiot. That's why I'm taking damage. That's why, because I... Well, he's got a lot more than I do. So that's what these are for. Let's see if my ship has any damage. It does. Okay. That explains a little bit. But still, it's taking a lot more damage before I even got injured, so we'll have to see how this works out.
Enemy target on sensor. Personal shield losing
off. Nope, didn't back off fast enough. Gonna come back, you're gonna get... Nah, he's gonna get knocked out. Ooh. I might change that option, because that is, extremely, I can't while I'm in combat. Ugh. So there's normal, difficult, and elite. I'm on elite. I just wanted to try it out. Obviously, this is, what happens. It's a lot harder. I would assume that because it is so hard, you would actually get better, benefits and, rewards. Oh, what? I just got shot through the wall! Oh, geez, I just got shot through the wall. Okay, go around the corner. Yeah, that's it. He's still got a little tiny bit of health. Oh, jeez, okay. I am going to, beam out. Hopefully when I beam back down, I can just start from the mining again, because I did not realize it'd be this difficult. It's something you'd want to do only. Okay. Yep. Okay. This is the mine, so we just start back in the mine. So hopefully that'll be a little easier to knock down. I was wondering why those Corvettes were doing so much damage, and that's because I'm an idiot. That's why. I activated Elite and completely forgot about it. So we'll have to go through this full speech again. I'm not taking much damage, and actually using a weapon, that's probably. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's run around here. Oh yeah, see, that's better. That's a lot better. Whoa, how did they go get it? Oh, he's unconscious now. Oh, okay. Okay, well I did a lot better in this one than I did the last one. Again, I don't play ground combat all that often. I prefer to do space combat, so I'm not very good at the ground combat to begin with. And because I haven't got my equipment upgraded, I'm not doing a lot of damage or taking my partner's still not fighting. I'm stuck. Oh, my root. Okay. I was stuck there somehow. Captain, there are a series of pressure plates located in this area. They're low-tech, but the Romulans may have had to resort to outdated security measures because of the interference from the magnesite veins in this cavern. The problem is that the magnesite is making our tricorders almost useless. If there's anything on this moon that the Remans would want to eliminate badly enough to use Tholaron weapons, it has to be here. We're going to have to figure out how to use the pressure plates to reveal whatever the Romulans are trying to hide. I suspect that we need to activate 2 of them to open the door. Okay, so I've got to click on him. Click on the top of that. He will go and stand on that. On it, I said, not next to it. You have to be on it, dude. That's better. There we go. He's right behind me. Awesome. Video.
I give the orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there's a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There is
them.
much here you do not understand, Janek. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians! Their blood is on our hands!
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Okay. Again, that's to do with the Romulan story arc. Well, at least they're focused on their work. They didn't even notice they were being attacked. Okay, I won't go through all of these, but I do believe you've got to access this information for an accolade. And there's more consoles on the floor, or on the lower level. Oh, there's another Romulan there too. Oh, there's two down here. Excuse me. It's a little tickle in my throat. Oh. Is there another console? There's an accolade for... Okay, then maybe not. So I need to head in this direction. Maybe there's more consoles I've got to look into.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakeev has his way, we all will.
No, but I have.
Personal shield losing power.
There we go. Took a while, but...
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Why does the Reman Resistance want to destroy this base?
The Remans know about this base? Impossible. Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you. But it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here, nothing more. There are many targets those Riemann scum would find much more tempting.
Enough of these lies.
Are you sure you want to end things like this?
Pretty much, yep.
Enemy targets uncensored. Personal shield losing power.
Oh, no way! Okay. So I say, not the beginning of a map, but okay. Again, I'm not sure if this activates an accolade, but I will open all these. Okay, that's all 4. And they're gonna follow you around like little weirdos.
Enemy targets uncensored. Personal shield losing power.
Okay, they somehow have weapons. What? Oh, I thought there was a green console. Okay, obviously that's not it. Must be another room with a console in it. What are these red dots? Oh, they're coming in behind me. Yeah, they did not see me. I'm getting stuck on the walls. Yay. Might be another cutscene here. Yep.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation. But I have much to do and little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
That must have been the room the console I was thinking about. Pretty sure there's one more area I've got to check out though. Is that another map? Oh, here it is. I knew there was something else I had to do. That's the problem with not playing the missions for a long time. You have it stuck in the back of your head that there is something you need to do, but you can't remember exactly what it is. Again, you can play the game, read through these. I want to make the video short as possible. So I won't go through every single thing, but I do want to try to get the accolades that are available. And some of them you do actually have to click on every single console to activate the accolade. They're Horter eggs, if you wonder what those cylinders are. From the original series. And I believe, I think they were mentioned in Deep Space Nine, apparently. But again, it's been a while since I've watched the episodes. These Romulans are destroying the eggs. Okay. F retract? Nope. Oh, okay, I thought you could interact. Oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know why it takes so long. CLA. There we go. And there's the accolade. I knew there was an accolade you could get. Okay, now we just got to run to where the entry was. Again, if you want me to do a longer playthrough and read through all the comments that are on the computer consoles, I'm happy to do that, but I'm just thinking, like, people don't have time to watch every single second of everything, so I try to keep these shorter, and cutting the communications out helps do that, unless it's got to do with the story arc, like at the beginning where they tell you what you need to do and why. That information is just stuff that is background information, doesn't really help the story along, so I don't really see the point. So that's the elevator from the top. One last, oh no, two. No, one, okay. So, if you're tactical, you fight the bullies. If you're a scientist, you scan for deposits. And engineering, I think you might have to fix some equipment, but I can't really remember. My mine, what have you done to my mine? There was an infestation of Tel Shiar spies in there. I just fumigated. Tel Shiar, I am shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember that I have exclusive contract. Stop with the lies, Madrin. I know you knew who and what was down there. And what is it? And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Horogen since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman and information is a big business. Do you know anything about what they recently discovered? Unfortunately, no. I'll admit I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janek and Hakiv were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakiv mumble something about orders. Someone's being pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Tel Shiar takes security very seriously, and if you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk to 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined. You've been a real help, Madrin. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure one of them had to fight him. Madran doesn't seem to know much, Captain, or at least he's not willing to part with what information he knows without getting paid. I don't think he can help us anymore. We should return to the ship and try our luck at decrypting the files we've recovered from the Tel Shiar. I'm sure that they will be more useful than anything Madrid has to say. Yeah, I think we, oh, it's back. because the map reloaded that dilithium, or not lithium, the ore was back. Okay, so you actually have to go into your own ship and use the computer system to decrypt the files. There we go. Ah, okay, so when you scan those files in the other room, they help decode the files. So you actually do have to check those consoles, those 9 consoles, the 4 in the middle and the 3 on the floor. Change faulty information. Okay. Huh? Did I fix that or not? Change faulty information. Ah, okay, so you have to go back until you get it right. Okay. So you do actually have to read the file. Expose that. Again, that's part of another story arc. I think that's the Federation story arc. So if you're playing the story arc, you will actually get some of this information. Okay.
Obasek is justified in his anger. The Tal Shar records you recovered from their listening post indicate that they have been tormenting the Remans for months. Their bases have been attacked, their ships destroyed, and their families killed or imprisoned. There is no more honorable reason to pick up a blade than to defend your home and family. However, Obasek was willing to use Thaleron weapons to destroy a handful of Tal Shiar operatives. Using a hammer to swat a globfly is not the warrior's way. It is madness.
Okay, and then you can see you get a Horta, non-combat pet. And there it is right there. Okay, so let's... That frozen thing's going to pop up on its own, so let's go back to... Thief Bridge. So if you don't you don't hop into the bridge all that often, you don't really remember where the buttons are. Okay, so as you can see, this is a pretty big ship. It's more pronounced on the screen than the little bug ship that I was using last time. Again, I will be trying a different ship with each story.
We know from the information.
I will be using a different ship for every story arc. I might even go back to the ship I was using originally and just go through them. I do want to try to max out their specialization points. And as you can see, just from that little tiny bit, I've barely got any experience at all. So it does actually take a little while, and there are I'm not sure how many of the ships there are, but level T6 ships and level 5 ships, you know, 30, 40 ships with like the science vessels, the Dyson Sphere vessels. There's a tactical science and engineering variant, so there's 3 ships in one, and then you just keep the one you want, really. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to keeping all my tactical ships for this tactical captain. I will try to keep when I do the videos, at least I will keep them jem'hadar ships, but when I'm playing off video and doing other things, I will try to use the other Klingon ships so that I can max out their specialization points. Yeah, so that's the end of this mission. Any comments, please leave them down below. Any suggestions for video types, please leave them down below. Again, this is not just a Star Trek Online video series YouTube channel. This is a gaming channel. I'm just doing a lot of STO at the moment because of the Gamma Quadrant update. But once Fallout 76 comes out, I might be focusing more on that and getting less STO videos out. But I will want to try to get other videos, other gameplay. With Steam, Fallout 4 for sure, New Vegas most likely. 3 won't work. Tactics, I can't really get past the Super Mutants, so I'm not very good at that one. Shelter is a phone game app. Homeworld Remastered is a bit of a different gameplay. If you want to see it, I'm happy to do it, but it's not something I've got planned. Off-World Trading Company, I might give a go, but again, not something planned. This one's pretty fun, but again, not doing it. RimWorld, I might do a few videos. I do enjoy playing this game, so I'm happy to do videos on that. Civilization 5, I don't think it's the latest one. I think they've brought out number 6 already. So I've got all the original 4 before this, but where the discs are, I couldn't tell you. I've got the Beyond Earth, and I think there's another pack. Yep, there's one more. Oh, I've got that in the library. Okay, so I've got them. Sins of a Solar Empire might be a bit of a slow game, but if you like Stellaris, you might like Sins of a Solar Empire. It's similar, not the same, but similar. Star Trek Timelines is yet another phone app. Subnautica, I did a few of these videos. I'm happy to do more. Surviving Mars, I did a startup video. I'm happy to do more. XCOM, happy to do that one. I like this game, although I do want to buy the XCOM 2 and play that one as well. What else is there? Origin, I might have to sign into this. But if I have to sign in, I won't bother. Because it takes forever. As you can see, it's already, oh, there you go, it takes forever to load. BattleNet, that's StarCraft, again. Okay, well, I've got StarCraft. I can do the StarCraft 2 arcade games as well. There are a lot of different games people have created for that, so I'm happy to do videos on that. Happy to take criticism. All I ask is that you keep it civil in the conversation down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.